Guys, so today I'm talking about my favorite brushes. So I have lots of eyeshadow brushes and I pulled out my favorites between quite a few different brands. And I don't usually talk about my makeup brushes, but Lord knows you can't achieve these looks without the makeup brushes or the tools. So let's go ahead and jump into the video. This is Ashley. Welcome on back to my channel. So as I just mentioned, I'm talking about my favorite makeup brushes, okay? But let me go ahead and introduce myself. If you are new to this channel, welcome. And if you're older but goodie, welcome on back. My name is Ashley. I have a doctorate in pharmacy and I love makeup. Oh my God. Eyeshadow is like one of my favorite things to talk about on my channel. So of course, I got like a lot of eyeshadow brushes to show you. And then I also have like, you know, my favorite foundation brushes. And I just felt like it was time because, you know, I don't really focus a lot on the brushes that I use, but we all know that we got to have the right tools to get these looks together, okay? So there's nothing like having clean makeup brushes, and right now, like, I would say 97%. I would say like 98% of my makeup brushes are actually clean. So I did just post a reel and I'm going to kind of like insert it here in the video about how I clean my makeup brushes. And oh my gosh, that was majority of my brushes. They weren't all my brushes, but whew, that almost took me out. The pileup was real, okay? Now, having clean makeup brushes is just like everything, okay? You know, it's like we're rushing, we don't like to clean, but I really like to deep clean my brushes versus spot cleaning. I would spot clean with like, you know, some Cinema Secrets, you know, and that's great, but I really like to get all the gunk up out of my brushes, okay? Because y'all know when you put on your makeup with those fresh, clean brushes, like, you know, the application is bomb. If my foundation starts looking crazy, I'm like, ugh, the brush is dirty. So, you know what? I got brushes here to show you quite a few. I'm going to tell you why I like them. I got high end, I got natural hair, I got some few in between. I feel like my lash is maybe not on my eye when I'm looking at this monitor. You don't know. Yeah. Let me grab a mirror and check. All right, I fixed my lash, so we're back in action. So as I mentioned, I got quite a few different brushes. So I did group them according to brand because it just makes it easier for me to talk about versus just kind of pulling from everything. So first brand up, I'm going to talk with Sonia G, okay? Now, Sonia G, she was like my first intro into natural hair brushes. So I started off with, you know, the Builder Pro set, and I actually have two Builder Pro sets, okay? So one thing about me is like if I find a brush that I love, I usually get a duplicate. So I have two Builder Pro sets and some of my favorite brushes, and this is one of the reasons why I needed a second set. Okay, this brush right here, and I can't ever remember the name. So this is a Builder Pro. No, so it's the Pro set. Yes, that's what it's called. It's the Pro set. So I have two of the Pro sets, and these are the Builder Pros, okay? Now, love this brush. Now, why do I love this brush? Because it is like a straight up just workhorse brush, okay? This brush is bomb for shimmers. It lays it down. It picks up the product very well. Now, it's not for all shimmers because some of those shimmers that have a lot of slip, some of the shimmers that have a lot of slip and, you know, maybe a lot of shine, a lot of mica, you know, sometimes it's not as great. But majority of my shimmers can be picked up with this brush right here. And I love the shape also because I have like a hooded eye. And so it can just get right up in here really easily without me having to do a whole bunch of work and going back in with another brush. And they're so soft. And I feel like they just hold up so well. I've had these brushes maybe like 4 or 5 years at this point. I got the set when it first came out, and then like, you know, following year, maybe for Christmas, I asked my mother for the set and she was like, okay. And I was just so happy to have a second set because, you know, the brushes, they get dirty quick, especially when I'm filming for YouTube and trying to do my makeup in my personal life. Then also from that particular collection, I also have the Worker Pro. The Worker Pro is bomb. There was no, I was like, I need another Worker Pro. You know why? Because the Worker Pro, it gets here. here. And I could just pat my crease, or no, sorry, like my outer V color really, really easily. Like all the time. You guys see me use this brush, and then I can just turn it on the side and feather out the edges. It's wonderful. It picks up mattes so well, lays on that right here in that little part of my eye so well. It does, I mean, it picks up some staining. You see it's kind of red right there, but overall, this brush is fantastic. Another brush in that series will also be the Blender Pro. Baby, when I got my hands on the Blender Pro, blending was like, the game was changed, okay? Because you just hear, and I'm not going to touch my, because I'm like, my brushes are clean, you know? It took a long time to clean these brushes. So the blending is so effortless and seamless with this particular brush. Now this brush is a little bit stiffer as far as a blending brush, so sometimes it doesn't always get the job done, and I don't usually prefer it for my crease colors. At the beginning, I used to do it for my transition, my crease colors, but now I just use it strictly for just going in and blending. So I really enjoy this. Now, this is one of my favorite brushes, and this is the Flat Definer brush by Sonia G. I love this brush. It is a little dirty because I used it today, but this brush, I prefer this over a pencil brush. So it's great to hit the lower lash. It's great to hit here in this inner corner, and I prefer how this brush lays down product versus like a pencil brush. I feel like with pencil brushes, I always just usually get like a glob of product and it's not dispersed. It usually doesn't pick up the product that I wanted to. Even the Sonia G ones, I like hers, but they're just okay. But it's something about this little brush right here. I can also get into this little area really nicely. So a lot of times I'll use my finger to, you know, apply the shadow because it's so sparkly and slippy, I can't really get it. But then I can go in with this particular brush, pick up just the right amount that I need so I can go ahead and finish the look and get into those little delicate corners. I love this brush. It is so great. I'm sad I only have one, okay? Another brush that I really like, and this is a base brush. So with natural hair brushes, I don't usually prefer to use like natural hair on my face. I kind of like the synthetic brushes better, but this is gorgeous and it picks up product very well, and it's dense in the fan, okay? Because you can hit it here really easily. You can get it to all the nooks and crannies of your face so easily. Here, you know, the eyebrows around here. I mean, especially right in here. It's just like a game changer, okay? The only thing I would say about this brush, it does hold a lot of product within it. So you know, I can use this brush a couple uses, and then after that, once the bristles are kind of like fully soaked, I can't use the brush anymore until I wash it because I don't really like how the product lays once I apply it if this brush is actually just too dirty. So I find that this brush does get dirtier quicker as far as I'm not able to use it as much, but you know what? It's all good because, like I said, it really lays down the product really nicely. Another brand. I love these brushes so much. I have so many multiples, and these are some Real Technique brushes. Like I mentioned, for my face and kind of like cream products, I really don't really like the natural hair brushes, but I love these because they're good workhorse brushes and they're synthetic and they're affordable, okay? So first up, I'm going to talk about this one right here, and this is called a Rebel Edge. Does it say Rebel Edge? What does it say? Rebel Edge Broad, okay? So it's a nice fan brush. It's very soft like a natural hair brush. I mean like super soft. I've had this brush, but baby, to hit those, get that bronzer in, wonderful. That's what I use this brush for. Like, you get the chisel of the cheeks. It's so nice. Quick application, nice and fluffy. It's going to blend it out as you go ahead and apply it. It's going to lay it down in just the right amounts. Even though this is a bigger brush, it still lays it down so nicely, and it's very easy to hit it with the contours of your face. So That's why I enjoy this. I mean, it's really, just really, really soft. Like, y'all don't even understand how soft this brush is. And I did mention when I did my reel, when I wash my brushes, I use like African black soap and it does well. And it's by Shea Moisture. It's a bar. And the bar lasts forever. But it gets my natural hair brushes really clean. And it gets my synthetic brushes clean also. Now, another brush that I really love by them is a setting brush. Yeah, and that's exactly what I use it for. I use it for my under eye powder. Just soft, compact, gets it right where I need to be, kind of gets it close to my eye, you know, lash line, and we're good to go. Super soft. When this brush is like drying, I'm upset. I need another one, okay? Now, these brushes, these are bae, okay? And as you can see, I have quite a few of them. So I'm going to start with these two. And I kind of have like a smaller version of it that's dirty, you see here. But oh my gosh, love and love. It's like I can't hardly do my makeup without them. So these are the Deluxe Crease brush. Tina, the fancy face, put me on these brushes long before I even started YouTube, okay? Why do I love these brushes? I got like a little straggle here I need to pull from there. But I use these to blend out my eyeshadow primer. You know, eyeshadow primer is usually kind of stiffer. At least the one I use the Urban Decay Primer Potion. That's bae, Holy Grail. I use it in the shade Caffeine. I love that eyeshadow primer. You talk about eyeshadows are going nowhere. Nowhere, okay? And it is able to work that product. You can get right here in the corner. You can get up here. You can get in the crease here. It is soft. That's why I have two, because I had one. And I was like, oh my gosh, it gets so dirty. And, you know, it's like, it's gunky and da-da-da-da from the eyeshadow base primer. Had to get a second one. Then I found, you know, oh, they got this. Now, at first, you really weren't able to purchase this brush by itself, but I think they start offering it by itself. And, you know, I picked these up at like Target. They sell them at Walgreens, you know, all the drugstores have these. And then they have a little smaller version. And this is called a crease prep brush. So it's like basically what I use this for, a crease prep. Yep. Just a little smaller. I'm able to just work in the product, same concept. So you see how the brush looks. So, well, maybe you can't see. But you see there, you know, it can get like a little gunky. So I like to use this, you know, a few days at a time, maybe a week at a time. Transition onto another brush, you know, and I have a few other dome brushes, but these are my favorite because, you know, you got to get your eyeshadow primer down. You got to have it smooth so your eyeshadow can apply smooth. Then I have these. I use these for the same thing. These are base shadow brushes. So, yeah. Yep. Blend out so these are like the backups, you know. These get dirty and I have like an MSQ brush or something like that that's dome. Then I like go on to these. So it's like, but I need them. Like I gotta have it in order to put down my eyeshadow primer. But you could probably use it for concealer, but I just love it to use it for my eyeshadow primer. Now I got a couple other brushes that, you know, they're by themselves. So I'm gonna talk about these two right here. So these things, baby, this is, I don't even know who they're by. And I got these as a gift from two of my technicians from work, okay? And they bought me these and they sold them at the place where I work and for Christmas. And it was a Christian Serano set, okay? Now, what got me using these two brushes was because I was like, they pick up blush and highlighter so easily. So I don't know if you guys remember that ABH highlighter that everybody like lost their crap over. I don't even remember. It was like 5 years ago. It was like a compact, but it was hard to pick up if you didn't have the right brush. This picks up any highlighter so well. Like it just makes it so easy for you to apply. I didn't use this brush today. What is it? I use this. Actually today, this is the Fenty Beauty highlighter brush. But I mean, I love it. I love it. This picks up blush so easily. I mean, look, they come in a part, but I can't part with them. I love them. So, you know, it is what it is. They work. Then I have another brush, and this is a Sephora, like a crease brush. This was like from their magnet set, or it's a concealer brush. And you're going to see a theme in a second because I love brushes like this for concealer because they lay flat, they're dense, and you can just blend it out so easily. So I really appreciate that. It's really soft. Sephora has really nice brushes, okay? So if you're in the market and you just kind of want to test out what you want, I actually started with a lot of Sephora brushes. Once I had a little MAC set, and once I needed to get some more, like that MAC set is still hanging around in my collection. Like, here's one of the brushes. And this MAC set, this thing got to be like damn near 20 years old, okay? Maybe 19 years old, for real. So it was a whole little set. It was a couple of face brushes and eye brushes. But once I moved from that set, and I was like, okay, I need to get some better tools, especially for like the crease work and blending, I started using Sephora brushes. But I do like them, but they're just not my favorites. I have other things that I just way prefer to use now. But this brush right here, like I said, for concealer, really beautiful. It is really soft. So they have quality brushes. And this brush was like only $8. I'm not sure if they still sell a set anymore or not. Now this little baby right here is the IT Cosmetics Foundation brush. You talking about a brush. It is soft and it has an angle. So as you can see, I think this is the same brush that they usually put out around the holidays. They do like different little sets with it, the Valentine's brush and everything, or breast cancer awareness. But this baby wasn't even cheap. Like this, like kind of landed, like I took it out my bag and I was like, why is my bill so high? But apparently the girl rang it up still, because I want to say this brush was like $40-something, $49. And I've had this brush for at least a good 7 years and it is held up. There are like a couple little, you know, sparse hairs that probably need to be trimmed off, but overall it's super soft. It's really dense and really thick. The bristles are smooth. It lays down the foundation really nicely. You're able to cover a large area of your face, blend it out, get it to where you need it to be very, very quickly. And I like how it's just like it's slanted. So really, really enjoy the brush. Now, let's see. Let's move into Sigma. I also recommend Sigma brushes, okay? So Sigma usually has like a 2-year warranty on their brushes. And I have quite a few face brushes. As you can see, I have 2 of the 4D Kabuki. So before, like, you know, this little style of brush was really popular, you know, you needed something good to lay down the concealer. And it's just like, boom, it lays. Boom, it lays. You turn around. Spin the block with it, all around your face with it. It is really wonderful. It's soft. It's the pointy tip of it isn't hard or anything like that. It gets right in the corner, pats it out, blends out your concealer like a dream. So I was like, of course, I need a backup, you know? Boom, 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 boom. Love it, okay? And you can always catch these on sale. So, like, you know, you don't need to spend too much money on it. And like I said, these are the 4D HD Kabuki brushes. Gorgeous. Another brush that I have, and I've been using this one. This is the Edge Kabuki. This is the F87. Now, this one is a nice foundation brush, and it gets in the thing. Now, I would say, like, the tip of this is just a little bit more flexible and allows, this is the brush I use today. So, as you can see, it's more flexible for sure as far as the tip of the brush, but it's a really solid brush, really soft once again. So when you think synthetic, it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to be itchy and scratchy and all that other stuff. They can work just as well. And like I said, it can get here and then look, you know, around the lips, pat it out, of course, up in here so easily. And that's why I enjoy these brushes so much. Like I said, the quality is amazing. Haven't had anything torn up. I have other Sigma brushes, but these are the ones I like the most. And, you know, I just never have a problem with it. They're just like tried and true, good staples. Now, another brush band. Oh my gosh. I need to pick up, I think it's like the 109 brush, but I love these brushes. These are BK Beauty brushes, okay? And I have multiples on multiples, okay? First of all, I could stand to use another one of these. This is the 101. Baby! This is a foundation brush for foundations. Like, this is the brush of the brush. First of all, you see how it's slanted? Oh my gosh. The quality is amazing. I hear the owner is super sweet, so it makes it better. She's a YouTuber. The handles, look at it. They just look rich and luxurious right here. A ferrule, this so soft. And look at the shape. The shape just makes it so easy. So you can still get in here real easy. You can get in these little eye cavities around your cheek, around your nose, really easy. It blends it out really quickly. It doesn't absorb too much product. So you always have a nice application of your foundation. Even when you reuse the brush, it's still gonna lay pretty well. You don't have any problems. I just really enjoy this brush. And as you see, I have two. She came out with another brush recently and I want to pick it up. I haven't just grabbed it yet. Then a part of this, I got a 203, and this is just a nice eyeshadow brush. I feel like I usually use this for like right in here. So, you know, right in here for that particular type of work. Like I said, really smooth, really nice detail. And it works great because, you know, I kind of have like a hooded eye, but not so hooded. Another brush. Oh my gosh. I'm in love with this brush. It's like a baby 101. It's like, here's the 101, and then here's this. So this is the Angie Hot and Flashy collection. These great brushes I'm going to show you. This was genius. So Angie Hot and Flashy is an older YouTuber, and I won't say older, but you know, she's a little bit, she has more mature skin. She has hooded eyes, and you know, she created a brush set. And I feel like this brush set was actually only supposed to be limited edition, but she had to bring it back because it was so popular and some of the brushes were so good out of this collection. And then she had to start selling it as singles. So when she started selling it as singles, I was like, oh, I need 2 more of these, please. Okay. So this is the A506. It's like the baby 101. It blends your concealer out so well. It's just no words, okay? I told you how I feel about brushes that are shaped like this. It makes your concealer application so easy. You can pat it out. You're able to blend it up. You're able to kind of like fix your eyeshadow in the process. Love, 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 love. This brush, love it too, okay? As you can see, got a duplicate, the A507. Right here, hit the bronzer. So it's condensed. You get a more strategic placement of the bronzer versus kind of all over like how this one, I mean, you can get a strategic, but it's obviously a lot bigger. You definitely just get a good, like if you want more contour, more chisel, and sometimes I need that, you know, my face is a little round and gain a little weight. I'm trying to like, you know, go down the other direction, but wonderful. And then I also have from that collection the A502 because it's just so nice and it's just able to like blend in those little harsh lines. So sometimes when I'm doing my looks, I'm like, I got a little harsh line, but I'm like, if I take a bigger blending brush, it's going to like blow it out of proportion. But this one just kind of keeps it concentrated, but kind of blows out and diffuses that particular line and keeps the colors in place. So I really, really enjoy these brushes. And so I definitely want to get, I think it's the 109 that is kind of similar to this. So I definitely, and then I really like the gray. The burgundy is nice, but I really like the gray too. Now, one last brand that I have to talk about, and I have, it's probably around here collectively the most of this brand, okay? So, because I've been down with this brand since they started. I found out through this brand through like Kelsey Brianna J and Kiki Sweat, and they were able to go to like the kickoff of this brand, and I am talking about Rephr, okay? So Rephr are some gentlemen who started this brush brand. They're Japanese. They are natural hair brushes. And Mel Thompson, she went also, and they just used a lot of influencer expertise on how to create these brushes. So they use a lot of feedback, and let me tell you, there's really no reason to be spending a lot of money on Rephr brushes. So these are like some of the most affordable natural hair brushes that you're going to get. They always got a sale. It's always some type of promotion. Like I said, I started with the Kickstarter plan. So when they were like funding their companies, I have a lot of prototype brushes also, like this P21. And this is like kind of like a dupe. And they went to ask Mel Thompson, was like, is there any other brush that we can have? And they were like, yeah, like the MAC 246 or 256. And it's like mixed medium, and it's able to pick up shimmers like a dream, like those glittery shades and all those shades that are just so hard to pick up. It picks it up so well. So I have a couple of these because the real ones came out. I have a 04 brush. Now this is a cheek brush. You're able to just hit that bronzer just right, kind of like how the other brushes I was talking about. And let me tell you, the 02 is just bomb. Do I have another one sitting up in here? Okay, I probably got another one. I don't know. Anywho, this is the 02 brush, okay? This 02 brush is very dense, very compact. But let me tell you, this is such a good brush for shimmer shades. Not only shimmer shades, but those multi-chrome shades that are so freaking hard to pick up unless you're using your finger. This brush picks them up, keeps the shift, keeps the shadow intact, and just beautifully lays it on your eyes, okay? And it also keeps the shine, because a lot of times when you use brushes to apply those multi-chromes, you just kind of lose all the shine and you get the dullness. Now, of course, I still gotta usually go over it with my fingers just to add the more intensity, but this brush, the 02, lays it down so easily. Then, of course, I love these brushes for the crease brushes. I love things like this to kind of just do my transition. These are some of the same brushes that I use for. So I can't even find the Sephora brushes at the moment, but I have brushes that were shaped like this, and it's so easy. Makes it really easy to lay down your transition. So this one is a prototype of a P07. Also, let's see. I have the number 15 brush that is great to kind of just do a controlled, transition into your crease as well. The 01, which is great once again to just lay down those outer V colors. You got the 28, which is great also just to lay down your shimmer shades. And these brushes, they pick up. These are just good quality workhorse brushes, and they will not fail you. Now, Rephr just had a sale for Black Friday. And so they released a few new brushes. And so I was like, oh, I want the new brushes. I want another 02 brush and everything like that. And so I started adding a few more brushes into my basket. And I was like, well, okay, the whole eyeshadow bundle is like $180 and I'm at like $115. I might as well just get the bundle. Child, look at this, okay? Got brushes for days. So I definitely, now this baby is big as heck, okay? So I think they say you can use it for concealer and a couple other things. This is the Rephr 36. This is a new brush. Look how it looks. It's really nice. It's, super soft. Looks like it's really dense. You can able to lay down product really nice very quickly. I'll probably use it for concealer because honestly, I don't know what I would be laying down on my eyelid that I would need something this big, but it does have that slanted curve to it that I do like so much. It allows it to like just lie underneath your eye really nicely. In addition, I believe this is a new brush also, which is the 33. So I do have another brush like this by, let's see, I think this is a Chikuhodo brush. Yes, this is a Chikuhodo brush. So what's nice about this is like you can get the corner. Like I forget about this brush. I really do. And then I have another Chikuhodo brush. I know I'm like a little off target, but I was like, dang, this brush is nice. What? I was like, what is this? Is this like a Sonia G? And it was no shade to Sonia G because I do have a couple other ones I really like. And I was like, oh, this is a Chikuhodo brush. I was like, shoot, I remember when I bought these from Beautylish. I'm like, ooh, okay. So once again, you have the point, so you're going to be able to kind of lay down some of those shimmers really nicely and really quickly. So some of those, this is probably about, these two are about as big as I can stand for my eyes. Because like I said, like I have a lot of eye space, but I don't have a lot of eye space. It's kind of weird. And then there was, I felt like there was another newer brush to the line up. Can't find it at the moment, but oh, here it is, right here. We have a 32. So this one actually comes with a protector. So this one, kind of like the same little style, you know, slanted right here. So you can see it, just slanted. So I'll probably use this right in here. I don't know, maybe I can use this. It's meant for eyeshadow. I feel like they say you can use it in a crease. So, I don't know. Yeah, it might be. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it, okay? Trying to get the guard back on, but I don't know how that's gonna work without me messing it up. There we are there. So, so these are my favorite brushes, and as we know, like, you just cannot get your makeup done without these tools, and they're very important, and I wanted to come on and talk about them. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and let me know down below what are your favorite brushes, some brushes you want to recommend to me. Now, like I said, these are not all my brushes, but these are like my favorite brushes that I pulled out. So, you know, it is what it is at this particular moment. Oh my gosh, so many. So please leave a comment down below. Give this video a big old thumbs up. Hit the notification bell so you know when I come out with another video, which will be soon. And subscribe to my channel because, you know, I would love to have you here in my little makeup family. And we are growing, so thank you. And with all of that said, you already know how we got to end the video around here. We got to hit it with the chat dance. Chat dance. Hey, 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 chat dance. Chat dance. Hey. Chat dance. Hey. All right, y'all. Bye.